You've been in a situation where, and I'm sure we all have, I'm recalling something to mind for me recently, where I had, someone saying things about me that were not true, slandering me and my nature, which is just, it was just so ridiculous what this person was saying. And so what is our immediate response in the flesh when something like that happens? You want to defend yourself, you want to fight back, you want to accuse. And so and listen, just because I talk about these things certainly doesn't mean that I'm there. It makes me accountable for sure, talking about them. But in this instance, I kind of did it the right way. I said, okay, Father, what does love look like here? Or actually, I didn't say that. I said, what is wisdom? And he said, wisdom is love. Jesus was the wisdom of God. The cross was the wisdom of God, right? I didn't say it. The cross was the wisdom of God. And so I say, it's kind of a thing I have where it's a process I go through where I say, what is wisdom? And wisdom always leads me to love. What does love look like? Be quiet. Love covers. Don't defend yourself. Look at me. So you know what I did? I went into the Gospels and I went into the place. I looked at Jesus because he's been there. I looked at him when he was standing before the council and they were mocking him and spitting at him and saying things about him that just were not true. Saying, prophesy, prophesy, right before he was going to the cross. Meekness. I said, okay. So I don't say a word. And I bless them and I pray for them. That is what love looks like. That will kill you. That will kill your flesh. But it leads to life. It leads to life. So my point is that cross was the greatest demonstration of love that we all can enter into. That's where perfection for you is. That's where life is for you. It's found at the cross. Your cross, his cross. You can only go to the cross because he went. That's where your life is. And it's found in agreement with his nature. You can't even do it apart from agreement with his nature. You won't have the strength to do it. You can try in your own will, but you can't. It won't happen. It won't work. There's so much life in agreement with him. There's so much life in agreement with his nature. Because you know what? At the cross, it was all taken care of. The heavens were torn, right? We're all in agreement there. There was a release. There was access in. The kingdom is now and it's coming. Do you know that you have access to the kingdom now? You don't have to sit around and wait for Jesus to return. You have access now by the Spirit through the cross. And you get there through agreement. And as you agree with his nature, as you agree with who he is, let me tell you what it's called. Righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. You get happy so quick. Your problems, you know what? They don't become the central issue anymore. And I get more into this when we get into the inner life about who, the enemy is always prophesying. He stands before God accusing night and day and night and day. He is speaking. He is prophesying. And your situations are always, there's always a voice. There's always two trees, there's always two ways you can eat from. And whatever tree you eat from determines where you go. But you have an inheritance by the Holy Spirit called righteousness, peace, and joy. You can have joy in the midst of horrible trials. Just like that example the other day when I said, okay, I bless them, I pray for them, and I just got happy. Because in him, there's only joy. And you can have that.